The next starting intro for the highlight. Hello, this is BioPhreak, and with me today is
the Great Onion.
some of you may also know us simply as Chris and Dave. We are back, continuing our first impressions of the Land of Pain, and we just saw a body get chucked like it was a
looked like
football.
a deer to me.
It had arms and legs.
Deers have arms and legs.
They have hooves and they have legs
Find
and
the
legs.
body. Prove me right.
I don't know if I want to. He ran over here somewhere, I think. Did I just step on him? Can I get that rock? So he was tossed from over here.
I thought it was to your left.
Well, the body came that way. Ah, stuck on a tree. So I'm not seeing it. Wondering if we're gonna get murder-lated here. Let's go up here where the body flew from.
That's a great idea.
They never expect it. They think you'd run down the path.
Let's be a good horror protagonist and try and find the monster.
All monsters, all horror movie monsters are weak in one place. Every single one.
The dick.
Close. The butt. They're all weak in the butt.
Weak in the butt?
It's their weakness.
What are you talking about?
Look, if you were a horror movie monster, where was the last place you'd expect somebody to attack you? Where's that noise coming from?
In the dick. Because it's because it's in the front.
Yeah, but what if it's a female?
Are.
What if it's a female monster? Then there is no dick.
Oh.
But they all got butts, baby. Sometimes big ones.
I think all horror monsters are male on some level because they're going to stick something inside of you.
Even the queen alien from the movie Aliens?
Well, she does put something inside of you.
No, she doesn't. Those facehuggers do, which are totally not phallic at all.
Oh.
Alright. I'm gonna keep going this way because there's nothing else with that house other than triggering the monster. So we're gonna go back where we saw that ladder and see what happens.
I guess it's not very clear what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I wish there was a little more journal entries with that or something to kind of help you, like, hey, maybe I should go investigate this, or,
I mean, really, what machine? Those two Tesla coils? That's the machine?
It's misty now. I don't think that was the machine. It was under the house, they were saying. Ugh, lock! There's a lot of blood here. All from only one person. I didn't fancy the chances of surviving. Okay, door. Why? Come on!
Because locked doors are a horror movie trope? Or a horror game trope? I don't know. There's a lot of them.
Apparently. Oh crap. Thought I heard something else walking around. I thought it was just me. Alright, well, there's one way to go, so let's go this way. Wait, what does it say? What does it say? Ruins.
That's...
I've already found like 10.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't me. It'll be dark soon. I need something to light the path before I can go on. Oh, it's not going to let me go further, huh? Right? Or will it?
No, it's kind of letting you go further.
No, it's an invisible wall.
We were supposed to find a lantern somewhere?
Yep. Oh, man. Is there one here? Looks like something. Or it's a bell. Or...
Jelly? Jam?
I don't know. It's not very clear. I guess I need that lantern. Okay, where do I get the lantern? I didn't see anything over here. That other house was locked. We'll just backtrack a little bit.
Did you examine the ritual area?
Yes, I spammed everything there.
Okay. That would have been a nice place to give us the lantern.
That would have. Maybe
the creepy skeleton arm holding it out towards us as we enter in.
I guess they didn't want to make it too easy, right?
As if telling us, your turn, bitch, you try.
Alright, so there's that other house that we can't get in. Let's check it out again.
It is getting pretty dark.
Yep. Can we get in here? Nope. In here? Nope.
And something has to have changed.
Nope. Can't open that. I'm trying to look on the ground. Let's go back.
Oh, God.
But I get your point. If it is something back at the house after going all the way over there, that I agree that is kind of a waste of time. I keep hearing something rustling. I don't know if that's me or if something's actually moving and I can't see it.
All I see is the same fucking woods that I've been seeing since we started the game. I mean, it's dark now, but it's still the fucking woods.
Alright. I want to see something, horrific. I couldn't find the body over there. Maybe this is oh, here.
It was a person.
What could have done this to him? And his skin, it looks so strange. Seems thick. And it feels rough and leathery. Stop touching him! Oh my god, this is actually going to open up one of these freaking doors? Maybe it opens that house over there. Oh, please open that house.
Behind you.
Wait, what?
No, behind you.
The one back there?
There were locked doors in there. A bunch of them.
Good point. We're going to open this. I did use the right button for that. So, let's try some noise in here.
Can we leave the light on?
Well, I turned it off because I didn't know if something was coming and there was a stealth. There's obviously a stealth mechanic, or at least an illusion of one. Ah, stop it. It's like, why can't I take one of these candles, you know? That's a timer. Like, that candle would be great. No way to open it.
Okay. So there's nothing here.
Yeah, we're done with this house.
We went down to the other house.
It's going to be
that
that...
open there, and it turned out that we had to go back here again.
Or we have to go all the way to the blood spot.
That would be interesting if it lets us into the place like the waterway.
The old house in the woods. I am living a nightmare. Something killed a poor man in front of my eyes, hurling the lifeless body meters away from me. It was a little more than a few meters, pal. I approached the body and noticed that the texture of the skin was very strange, but what really shocked me was that I saw in the house. What could have done that to a person? There was blood everywhere, but only the bones were left held together by a strange substance. Tendons? I can't believe any of it.
Modeling glue.
Super glue. Gorilla glue. I found some pages from a journal. They mention the discovery of an ancient book and the search of the secrets of a machine, which seems to be very old too. I can't stay around here. I need to find a safe place to spend the night. The darkness is already setting in. Alright. So... we get chased now?
Okay. Freaking progress, finally.
Not too much.
We got something. We got a journal page and a key.
I can't tell if I'm on the path still or not. It's so freaking dark now. Was that house over here, or did we pass it up? I don't remember anymore. Okay,
Also,
I definitely heard something. I definitely heard something up here. It sounded
you said puzzles. They're supposed to be puzzles.
Supposed to be. Oh, come on.
I don't think we've run into a single puzzle.
Well, these are technically puzzles that they have us on. It's just really not the kind of puzzles we were expecting. And nor do I want to see Valve puzzles either, because
it's not good puzzles either.
They are puzzles. I hear something. I'm going over there.
Creepy shit too.
Hey, creepy guy, where are you? Creepy guy. Hello? Hello, I'm over here, creepy guy. Damn, they're not coming out to play. Alright, let's go to the mine shaft and fall in. Watch this doesn't unlock it. I'm so pissed. Ah!
Finally.
Okay, I want to close this because no, you're not going to let me close it. Thank you. Okay. Of course. Okay. Of course, it's going to be dark. All right. So you think there's actually going to be something in here?
I hope so. Give me something, anything.
What's some delicious Campbell's soup?
Looks like beer cans, actually.
Looks like an old lantern, baby. I can attach it to my belt. I have the lantern is on. All right, so
is there? I don't see.
I heard something close the door up there. What just happened? Why is the game being weird? Did it just crash?
I can still see it.
Yeah, but I'm not getting any response from it. Land of Pain has stopped working. Give me a sec here.
So saved though.
All right. Let's wait for it to. That was amazing.
Good job, devs. Good job. We love you so much. It's better than what was the last one we did with all the tutorials? Ragnamaya. At least it's not Ragnamaya.
But some tutorials are good. Like this one had like, you know, use your movement and stuff. I still would rather a little more direction and less fetch quest.
Well, that's
I'm not getting any audio.
Tutorials wouldn't help that, actually.
Are you hearing audio from the game?
At the moment, no.
Oh, man. This is... Wow, that's taking a while to load. Or is it just going to crash again? Nope. Alright. I hear an audio. So we're back here. Textures are loading. Examine. Okay, we got the lantern still, right? Door closed. Then we looked up the paper and it crashed. We were going towards the portal when that being appeared out of nowhere. It was a miracle but we managed to escape and take cover in some shelter. One of us was seriously injured, though. I doubt he'll make it through the night. It was awful. That monster tore the flesh from his arms. Only the bones were left. Kinky. Alright. Door? It's locked. Okay, I'm just gonna stop checking doors at this point. Small key. What? Open. Open. This is locked. Watch. I knew it.
I think you called it.
Alright, blood. We're gonna fight the guy that's a zombie now or something. Or not fight, but more like run and die.
The textures of the wood in the wood were really samey, but they were really good. And I
do like that with the mist on the water. Look at that.
That is nice. I guess that isn't bad.
I thought I heard something.
This is nice. I was expecting very samey corridors, but the this room looks profoundly different than the other rooms.
It's a very interesting drawing, and holy shit.
That's beautiful.
Oh man, it
looks so.
This is an adult movie shoot, man. It's one of those like kinky, you know. See, you hear that? That's what I told you. It's an S&M video shoot.
Oh god.
Examine. You think I'll die? I'll die. Did I turn this off? Should we go in the water?
Yeah, let's go in the water.
Oh my god, you can swim.
I can swim. I'm kind of surprised.
Interesting. Alright. Yay, another autosave. Alright, let's see. Blood. I guess we're going to follow the blood. He's going to be in the water or something. Better not cross these railings. Follow that. Oh, it's a turbine. Okay.
And this is actually... The inside of this place actually looks really nice. You can tell each room from the other rooms because it has different stuff in it. Different textures.
What are we supposed to be doing? Page. It's still out there. It's been hours now. Can't open the door. It will be the end of all of us. There's a drain pipe that ends in a nearby ravine. We could escape through that without being noticed, but we need to lower the water in the pool. And, oh, great. This is a valve puzzle.
Oh god.
Tubes could burst at any moment.
That's actually kind of nerve-wracking.
Really? What? Oh, is it a light switch? Let's turn that off. Doesn't work. Alright, so this was the main room that we can't go in. Well, that's where we got to escape at. And there was something banging on here.
I kind of like that we submersed ourselves in water and our lantern still was fun.
Well, I turned it off, but yes, I agree with you. It should not be working right. Huh. Let's see. What room is it? We went around there. That's where we found the creepy room. Light switch that doesn't work. Turbine that's going to kill us. The valve that does... I need something to release it.
Release it.
So that's the valve we got to go to. But I didn't see anything that we could use. At least nothing that would let us take. There's no tool. Nothing there. That was the page. Let's go back here. I mean, that looks like that would release it, but I can't pick it up.
Look at the nails off the side of that hammer. Oh, that's crazy.
It's a meat tenderizer. Oh, I didn't look at that before. Okay. Can I turn that off? Alright, well. Let's see. I only got one other idea, man.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's what I was kind of thinking.
Nope. Not supposed to go in the water. Alright. Okay, so let's try to get Volume settings. That's okay. All right. I'm just gonna do this here. Shouldn't mute it. All right, there we go. All right. So, yeah. So before we talk the specifics about this game, what was your overall first impression of it, Chris?
It's weird. I'm both interested and disappointed at the same time.
I feel you on that one. It's like it's starting to actually kind of get its rhythm here, but there was a little too much with the fetch quests in the beginning. Like you hit the nail on the head. It just wasted your time putting things across the map, run all the way back instead of like the ladder or the well. Um, Things like that. I don't think should have been that far off, especially considering you're just the beginning of the game. Um, should have been a little closer to make things kind of streamlined. The graphics are nice, though. I get what you're saying with some of the trees. With that, the the locked doors are kind of annoying. I'd rather them not just have doors at all if they have no purpose.
Well,
Like
so
show
like for
rubble or
so,
something.
I guess. So my problem with it is I think I see the type of puzzles they're going for, and that's what I find highly disappointing. Because the first quote unquote puzzle we ran into was unlock the cage, and it was look around, find a rock. Then it tells us to use the rock on the lock. And then it was, oh no, we have a ladder. Let's wander around aimlessly until we find the ladder across the fucking map.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Now, after that, we should have checked the body.
I didn't even see the
Found the
body.
key.
We didn't know where it was. It wasn't clear where
Well,
it landed.
I told you it was probably behind you at one point, but I wasn't entirely sure either.
At least they let it land or at least generate in the light of that house. So when you go back, like we saw, we're like, oh, hey, here's the body.
It was super convenient how well it was placed in that light.
It could have been out in the grass somewhere in the pitch black. So I count my
But do you
blessings
see
on
what
that
I
one.
mean about the puzzles? Wander around, find a thing, use it on a
Yeah.
thing. The puzzle's done.
Yeah, and I've seen some other horror games that had similar stuff with that. It's like, yeah, put object here. I get they
I
could have
mean,
been. We've only played about an hour of it, so there may be other puzzles that, but I doubt it's going to be anything much different than that. I think it's like you said, it's going to be that same those type of puzzles. Man, so um, now it's time for a little scorecard here. So 1 to 5, what do you give the graphics?
actually, I'll give the graphics a 4. The forest was beautiful, if not samey, and the graphics really felt like they hit their stride once we got into the corridor because I could easily tell each room apart. I could tell where we were, and it
Mm-hmm.
was interesting to look at.
And I have to agree with that too. The on the 4, there was nice little touches here and there. I can get what you're saying with the things like the legs and all that, but you don't look down that often with that. They did a lot of nice
That's
touches with everything else, though. I can't complain on it. Everything fit the mood with it. So very few graphical glitches with that. There were a couple, but it was easily kind of forgiven with that. I have to give it
yeah,
a
and
4. Uh,
for yeah
what about the
the
story?
well, I just want to say that the leg thing, it's more of a personal preference. There's nothing wrong with putting it in the game. As for the story, God, a 2. I'll give it a 2 because why are we out in the woods? Why do we have such a shitty shitty cabin. Oh look, we went through the portal into another world that we shouldn't be able to even comprehend, but we're still in a forest, and there are houses that are better than our stupid cabin, and they have electricity. I just, oh no, a thing threw a body and then disappeared. I don't.
I,
Try
I
harder.
yeah, I have to agree a little bit on that. It's either it's a really really slow start with that, which is not a good thing, to where they actually get to the meat and potatoes of what's actually going on. But yeah, it doesn't make sense that why is there electricity in this, you know, Lovecraftian crazy world? You know, it just doesn't fit with that. The ruin structures I
I,
can live with,
a
but
one.
not anything with that. Now, sound and music. The story, I'd have to give it a 2 for that, but the sound and music, the atmosphere, a little bit loud. The thing that I don't like on there is one, the game, when we start it up, if it goes past that first title loop, it just seems to crash the game audio entirely. That's
Yeah,
a hit. The other is there is no sound slider at all in the settings. That's another hit.
I hate that. There's no reason not to have it.
I can understand, you know, not letting people do gamma correction, things like that, but there is no excuse for that. But the atmosphere, the sound effects that they have moving around with that, everything was spot on with it. It was good quality. So I have to give it a 3 from that. I wish I could give it a little more in those
No,
categories.
I I have to give it a two because it does something that it does something that I find a little lazy and a little off-putting. The dramatic sound cues for when something creepy happens, except something creepy doesn't happen. It's just putting the sound cue to create false tension, and that's fine if you want to like give us the swerve like once, but it's like nothing happened for like 4 or 5 creepy sound cues, and it's just like,
It's like
oh, I guess
fog.
just nothing ever is gonna happen.
Fog, creepy sound
And
cue. Lightning, creepy sound cue. I get what you're saying.
yeah, I hate that. So I'm giving the sound a two, even though even though the actual sounds themselves were actually okay.
Yeah, there were no Casio demo buttons on here, so I'm very happy with that.
Oh, Ragna Maya.
Now the content gameplay, the controls are very simple with that. Things trigger when they're supposed to trigger. The dual analog sticks, the mouse, all that's very responsive. Nothing felt clunky with that. When you're sprinting and trying to jump, it seems like there's maybe a slight delay, but I don't think that mechanic's really supposed to be used in that game, like you know, first-person shooters and such. So that's forgivable with that. So the actual controls are fine. Content, too many doors. Unless they actually serve a purpose later in game, just take them out. Just make it rubble, blocking the door, you know, part of the house collapse, something. Don't waste my time checking every door. It's locked. There's no way to unlock it. Oh no.
You know, there was a game that actually did locked doors kind of okay. Have you ever heard of Corpse Party for the 3DS?
Never played, but I have heard of it.
Well, what they do is for like some doors when they want to just do locked door here, they do a description where the door is just flat, like an impression of the door, of what a door would be, but it's not actually a door. They made it kind of blend in with the creepy feeling of the uh, of a of a dimension that's constantly changing. And there's something else that I'd like to mention is when you checked stuff, it almost felt like that you weren't actually checking it. Like there was no response that made you feel like you looked at something. I mean, you could do creepy stuff like, well, I mean not creepy stuff, but you can do creative stuff like bend down, look closer at the skeleton, pick up a book, look at it for a second, and then just cut the possibility of interacting with it off.
Yeah,
Like
and
it,
I agree with that. In fact, that goes with my complaint with too few journal entries. If you had something like, because it took forever for that one to trigger, oh, there was a skeleton. And if it was like you look at it and it makes like a small journal entry, like there was a flayed skeleton in here. So, you know, like, oh, when you click on it, you see that journal entry. So, oh, I interacted with it. Cool. That would be helpful. You know, you can also add little clues in there to help point the player around as well, add more mystique flavor to it. But it's
I
just too
think
few journal entries.
I think that that journal entry actually would have triggered earlier if we would have found the key right off. But I know what you mean. They should have had a journal entry for when you went down the ladder again, from looking at the ritual area. That deserved its own journal entry, because it's the first indication of, oh fuck, what the hell's going on.
Right. So, you know, a lot of rough around the edges on that. I got to give it, the controls are solid, but the actual content with that, man, I got to give it a 2. It just it missed on too many marks.
I I'd give it a 3, and I mean I wasn't the one playing it, but a lot of the issues to me were not outright laziness, but a lack of extra effort to be creative. I mean, it's a horror game. It does the basic horror game stuff, but it doesn't do it well enough to shine.
Another thing that kind of would have been cool with it too, if they would have actually done it a little more, instead of common day, maybe like early 20s, 30s kind of era stuff.
Like, yeah, some of the Lovecraft era stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. I think that would have helped a lot with that. But again, we played it about an hour, and that, that's why it's called First Impressions. See what kind of, first impressions these games give us. So, yeah, that's going to conclude our first impressions of the Land of Pain. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Let us know what you think of the series, and see you next time, and happy gaming.
Game on, friends.